All right. We are on. Let's do this.
Nice.
Wasabi.
How you guys doing?
Well, let's go with the best looking person in the
What
room.
about, well, me? It's just Luis. Luis in the house.
I like how
yeah.
you're
Bam. Forever blue belt.
Sam,
How long have you been blue belt?
Yeah,
Fucking
let's
like
go to
10
If you don't mind me
years.
asking.
Dude,
10 years,
yeah,
seriously?
you're such a
No, it's like
baggy
six.
full of-
Six? But you're like switching
5 years.
gyms and stuff. You like did that
Just
a couple times?
once.
Just one?
COVID happened, and then it kind of
pulling off stripes.
put everything on hold. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
So we're just gonna get right into it. We could go into intros later, but yeah, that's the one thing I noticed about you is like I'm like this does not feel like a blue belt.
Dude, that paper cutter, you are persistent.
I love
The
paper,
cutter, dude.
I
so
love paper
persistent.
cutter.
And I know it's coming. You're in like that north-south position. You execute it very, very well. And like no explosiveness gets me out of it. It's like very slow, deliberate.
I love
paper
it.
cutter. It's great. Yeah.
I love it. I don't like to be all jerky. Hey, don't take it
No,
the wrong
that's
way.
the one thing that I
Okay, 'cause
noticed
I know you guys will start talking
as
about.
a purple grapefruit juice stained gi guy, but you could tell just basically how people execute their moves, like of course you can look like online or memes or whatever,
Yeah.
and like the white
Yeah.
belts, the one like shot him up with like some type of drug and like they're freaking
Yeah.
out, breathing all heavy like it's the
Oh yeah,
first date.
it's about breathing. Yeah.
And then blue is a little bit slower, and then they notice like, oh, I know stuff, and then it's like, okay, you know stuff, but you don't know a lot of stuff, It's like that kid who gets like the keys for the first time and thinks, oh, I know how to drive now, or
Yeah.
kid moves out of the house, or I know about life, and then purple's like, yeah, I don't know shit.
Yep.
Brown's like, hey, I
realization
kind of know
comes
some
back,
shit, and I'm getting better. And black belt's like, let's start all over again.
Yeah.
But
I
then
know,
with
black
you, just like when I instruct people, kids, or I'm trying to help out because it helps me more.
Yeah.
It's just I talk about gauges. It's just what can you interpret through your opponent based on little things like body tensing,
Yeah.
balance, breathing, sound, smell. Because when I roll with you, you tend to poop yourself. So I know that
That's
the
no,
technique's
not
different.
me. Oh hell no. That's I'm gonna call him out right now. His name is Christopher. Yep. I love you, Christopher, my brother from another.
Little squirt.
Oh man.
Mid-roll squirt.
Oops. I go to pass. Brap.
Little bubble gut.
It is not strategic, though.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hey,
In a real fight.
In a real fight,
Dude,
there's
you got to
well,
use every tool at your disposal, literally.
You're one of those fighters,
Right?
huh?
oh,
You got to throw that chimpanzee.
you're a fighter.
line,
I'm not a
dude.
fighter. I'm a lover.
Yeah, you would like calm. I could see you like someone being in your face, like, "Hey, man, let me buy you a drink." Let's be
Actually,
friends."
that is my first go-to. Like, yo, bro, hey, let me just buy you a beer.
With the beef, right?
Yeah,
With the-
fuck. We're in this together, bro. Like, I didn't mean any disrespect. Whatever, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, because I don't like to pay for my own drinks, I like to instigate violence so that people could say, "Hey, let me buy you a drink." So people like you,
Then yeah, we're a great match. Hey, you touched on a really good topic here. Fitness. Well, it made me think about fitness in jiu-jitsu. How important is it as you progress up the belts?
oh shoot, that's a good one because I'm dealing with that right now.
And you know who I thought of? I thought of Asa from, he's brand new white belt.
Yeah. The wrestler guy.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. But holy smokes, his tank is forever. Like, it will not go. It will not run out. And I wait. I go, okay, he's going to get tired. He's going to, nope, he doesn't.
Keeps going.
It just keeps going. And it doesn't, you can see things kind of taper off where, okay, he's getting a little tired. No, it's like as if we just started.
Yeah.
It's just bam, bam, bam.
I think a lot of that comes from his probably background in wrestling too.
Yeah.
Where I was struggling with that a lot when I started jiu-jitsu, where I just wanted to go hard the whole 5 minute roll, right? And now I'm starting to learn, like, hey, you don't need to do that. And if you want to go more than a couple rolls, you have to, kind of temper yourself.
Or even just make it like even the first roll, right? Because you gas out and you start blacking out.
Yep.
And then lactic acid, I always call it. I don't know if you guys hear me. I'm kind of annoyed on the mats. I'm like lactic acid, and I start repeating it to myself as I'm getting choked out and I'm starting to see dark. I go lactic acid. Yep. And then it just magically like stops. Like the choke is not as hard.
What does that do? What is that doing for you?
It's just reminding me that he's getting tired.
Yeah.
Like whenever there's boom, there's a lot of pressure and it's like going, but it's not quite there. I mean, Professor Bruno grabs me in something, boom, it's done. But if there's just a slightest little tiny like opening, and then that person is just cranking, I go in my head, lactic acid. And then eventually your muscles they'll start burning.
Yeah, we're gonna burn out.
And then you're gonna let go, or you're gonna adjust. And as soon as you just adjust a little, whoop.
Peak out.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, at least for me, and I have a background in judo when I was younger. I only did 1 year of high school wrestling, and that was interesting. But you hear martial arts, and I think immediately like word association. When you think martial arts, a lot of people think of the physical aspects of it. But then as you get more into it, it's so mental, because like you mentioned with your original questions, like fitness and all that, there's also the aspect that I think is more important of the mental fitness.
Right.
Because you could go in with a hardcore, let's say Division I wrestler, but then like there's that adjustment, because what I like about the foundation of wrestling, it's just they grind. It's just... like if I roll this on the first time and I put a blindfold on, and this is getting into 50 Shades stuff, but we'll cut that out. It's just you kind of know the backgrounds, and it's just like it's slap bump, and all of a sudden you're just getting crushed.
Real in wrestling? Yeah.
It's just, and then a jiu-jitsu guy, like a pure jiu-jitsu, I call it just like slap bump, and then they start going into this. Oh, come into my guard, I'm a spider in the web.
Yeah.
And I like to think I'm in between the both spectrums, because there's the person just go, and then there's just slap and bump and like, okay, let's do this feng shui, tai chi type. I'm going to lay on my back and do all this inverted BS, and then I like to be around in the middle. But the mental aspect is because, and then you mentioned, I call it the 99, you say lactic acid, I called it the 99% rule. Where when someone's trying to set a hard submission, and the submission's when they get it at that 100%, and then I tap. If I could keep it all the way between 0 and 99%, I'm not going to tap. So sometimes it's close. You say lactic acid, I say, we're at 99%. It's that little spot where maybe I could just sit.
Don't let it cross over, right?
Yeah. It's the same idea.
I didn't know there was 5 seconds left in the roll yesterday, but I was like, man, I could probably hold it out for a couple more seconds, but you had it so tight, the paper cutter yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I would have had this mentality of lactic acid or 99%, because I think I could have held out for a couple more seconds too.
Well, that's the thing.
That's
I think
learning.
about those things as well. When I'm applying it, I go, okay, is this going to, just 3 seconds in, if you have it or not, and you need to adjust.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing with the paper cutter. You say I'm persistent, right? I am, but I kind of hold that base.
Yes.
And then
You do.
And then I attempt, and then you defend, and then you move my hand some other way, and I kind of let it go. I don't let go of this, like I'm there.
That one. Yeah.
But this hand, the one that's attacking, I just kind of let it go. And then it's relaxed, and then I start pulling on your belt, which is nothing. That does nothing. But you bring your hand down, or you start attacking. As soon as you do that, I slowly just calmly come back up and see if I get it. Yeah. And if you defend it too hard, boom. And eventually you do that 3-4 times. You're gonna.
But to your credit, I think that's great persistence, right? Like, you know, you're gonna go back to it if it's there, if it opens up, right? And like, It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
that's
great.
the key is to, just let it open up.
Yeah.
Eventually it will. I mean, obviously I can't do that to Professor Bruno. Yeah, he's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's for me like the different levels. It's like a language I've read or have heard it. White belt. It's a fluency.
Right.
It's a fluency with your brain, creating those networks, and then the knowledge of it. And we're all three of us, I think, in the gym is like we've kind of are trying to evolve. It's not so much techniques we talked about; it's like the concepts. Like the BJJ mental models podcast, which I listen to. I like the thinking because you can't remember all the techniques. It's just, I'm going to study omoplatas. I'm going to study flying triangles. I'm going to study toe holds. I'm going to study wrist locks. There's all this stuff. But white belt's just kind of like learning, like a kid, like your words.
Yeah.
And then blue belt sentences, purple's paragraphs.
Ooh, I like that.
Brown is essays, and black belt is poetry. And then there's different levels of poetry, like the William Shakespeare level.
Yeah.
So when you're with a white belt, you're like, like a kid, like, food, potty, angry, mad, and then you got the blue belt, like, I do it by myself, like little kids, I could do it by myself. Purple is like,
or I want juice or something.
Yeah, I kind of know. And then you got brown belts, and then you got black belts. So I try, and then another analogy I use, it's kind of like escape rooms, which are popular. It's like if you're offensive, you're creating an escape room for me, a 3D multi-layered puzzle, like what's going on with this foot, with this body weight, with this grip, with my lapel. And then if I'm in the defense, can I solve the puzzle? And then if I could get to a point where it swings, where now I could be the escape room. So there's all these, I like the physical part of it, like the bonding, but then the mental part of it, I think that's where my addictive brain.
Absolutely.
And we haven't done intros yet. Should we do intros real quickly? Luis?
Yeah, I did. I said,
did you?
What's up? I said, what's up?
I think we're far past intros, but
I got a list. It's my dick mind. Okay,
Johnny.
I'm sorry.
What's up, Johnny? In the house.
It's my mind. I'm like, oh gosh, I got a list. Okay. That was your intros, guys. Wasn't it great?
Yeah. All right.
You're looking at me like, what the hell?
There's the intros.
There's my
now I
brain.
forgot. Wait.
That's my brain, dude.
We're talking about?
Okay, we're talking about escape rooms.
Oh, yeah.
And then a question I want to come off of that, and Johnny, you could get into it, is because we have this this healthy addiction, at least in our minds. I don't know if our better halves think so, but this healthy addiction to jiu-jitsu, what do you do off the mat to help yourself on the mat? Like, what are the things that are done? And Johnny, I don't know if you want to kind of go over what you saw when I was outside, and you could tell the story. You don't know.
You body triangle your wife while you're watching movies on the couch.
Rom-coms.
It's like, wait, I just wanted a snuggle, babe.
Hey, there's several of us that I know of, and they actually practice like leg locks and ankle locks and toe holds on their wives as they're. Sorry about that. As they're watching TV.
Yeah.
I know at least 2 people in a gym. I won't call them.
Wow,
because they send me pictures. I'm like, who the hell is that? That's my wife, and one of them is pregnant. That is someone you stay with for life.
Yeah. I don't know. If I go like more than a couple days without rolling, right? Like more than a week, I start grabbing and I'm like wrist grabbing. I'm like, come here, I'm gonna practice this, this takedown on you. And she's like, nah, get away from me.
Yeah, I got. So how about? And this happened to me maybe 4 years ago. The way I get out of bed changed. So it's
like a front roll.
No, it's a reverse
Granby roll.
It's a reverse kind of hip escape. Where, you don't just like roll out. Yeah. You kind of move your hip out. You hip out. Yeah.
You keep your hands up though. Just
yeah, obviously.
Those in.
Defensive posture. So
my buddy Adrian, back in Morgan Hill, there was a really nice. It's kind of like Red Horn Brewery, kind of like shopping. It's a tap room, So we would go every Saturday, almost every
Real quickly,
Saturday.
I don't want to cut you off. What is this word tap? I don't understand this
Tap
word.
room?
Tap.
room?
I don't know
Beer.
what the word.
They had like
when you tap the.
Yeah,
I never tap.
That's bad.
Oh my god.
Oh God. Yeah.
That was a long build up. That was a long build
It
up
was
for the punchline. Everybody explained it.
So after 2-3 beers, we get a little frisky and start, doing some arm drags, and it evolved into, 4 of us, 2 of us having a conversation, the other 2 freaking rolling around the table.
In the bar? In the
bar, in the patio.
Yeah.
And then I walk in to grab beer, and then, oh my God, I'm in line waiting to, get a beer. Old lady, oh my God, they're fighting.
Is it stand up or were you on the ground?
No, on the ground.
Oh, geez.
Oh, they're fighting. And then the bartender, oh no, they're regulars. They're good.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm all apologizing. Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. Yeah, and we still have our geese sometimes, and I mean that's
You're one of those guys.
Rolling into the
You
to the
go
pub
into
with your
a
with
pub
your
with
gi.
a gi.
it was right after. If we go home, then the wives don't let us come back out. I mean,
Change in the car, dude.
yeah, we don't think that far. Hey, you're smart.
Yeah.
We just kinda-
No.
I had a really funny experience at Disneyland. So like,
You wore your gi?
all my siblings. I know, cut a Disneyland.
Cutting
with your
in
gi,
line.
right? I'm ready. Bring your mat with you.
Two-stripe white belt.
Bring your mat with you everywhere you go. Who wants a challenge? No, so all my
stripe white belt. What a jerk.
They're cutting off kids at Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I'll challenge you for it. Who's next? Front seat in the car, right? No, so all my siblings wrestled, right? And so we have this really bad habit, just like you're saying in jiu-jitsu, where everywhere you want to start.
Yeah.
Having,
Yes.
like wrist
I have
fight,
3
and
brothers.
grip fighting and stuff, right? And so we're at Disneyland, right? And my brother starts grabbing me really hard, and we'd have a couple beers by that point, right? It was at California Adventure, actually.
Yeah.
And the side they sell beer on, and he starts grabbing me, and he's like, "Hey, come here, let's wrestle." I'm like, "Dude, they're gonna kick us out of Disneyland. They're gonna ban us from
That's
Disneyland."
Disney. Yeah,
and
that's
that's my biggest fear is getting banned from Disneyland because my wife probably wouldn't stay with me if we couldn't go to Disneyland together, right? That's like a huge thing for us is to be able to go
Yes.
to Disneyland together, right?
Yes.
And so I'm like, no way am I going to get banned from Disneyland because my brother's like grabbing me and wants to take me down in the middle of this, little auditorium or whatever. And I'm like, dude, stop. And he's like, what? Come here. And he keeps grabbing me and he keeps pulling into me.
Did you guys go?
And he wouldn't stop. And he kept grabbing me.
And you're in line?
He wanted to foot sweep me. No, we're just like chilling like at the food court. Like literally, like I have.
So little kids are eating like their $12
Yeah.
corn dog.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah, $12. Yeah.
they're going to start calling security on us. They're going to think we're actually fighting, and then they're going to kick us out. We'll get to see the secret underground Disneyland tunnels, but they're going to kick us out, right? And so, I had to, like, hit him with the purple nurple, dude. And I'm like, dude, you better get off. I'm getting serious now. Like, get off of me. And he's like, no, come here. And I had to purple nurple him like, really, really hard. And I felt actually really bad about it afterwards because I think I gave him a legit purple nurple.
Oh.
Yeah. And anyways, PSA, don't wrestle or grapple at Disneyland.
Oh, I thought the PSA was going to be if you need to diffuse a situation, you purple. Nurple.
Yeah, those hurt. To be
It was
honest.
bad. I gave him a really bad one, actually.
I've
I
had
felt
some
bad
bad
about it
ones where,
afterwards.
like, the aftermath for a couple of days, you like wear a T-shirt and you're just like, oh,
I could see
It
the
rubs. Yeah.
I could see the post traumatic.
yeah. That's why I'm not even. I laugh a lot, but that I wasn't. The purple nurple. I got
So that's
really,
what it is.
I
See,
got really
I think you
seriously
struck a chord there. Like
Are you
seriously,
okay?
look at his face.
All right.
I have 3 brothers. I know exactly how that is. When like anytime we're together, even at our age,
Were
it's
you-
just
were you
it's
the-
grab assing.
You need to call the hotline, the Purple Nurple hotline. There's help.
Man,
Were you the youngest?
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so they ganged up on you.
They do
They
gang
purple
up on
nurpled
me.
you?
No, we have some stories.
Did you have double purple
So-
knuckles?
What was my big thing I would do? There was a thing we called rodeo when they were little. We used to do, and we might lose. So you have brothers. I'm a latchkey kid, Generation X. So we'd have to entertain ourselves. And there's 4 of us. So I have a brother's a year younger. One is 4, and then one's about 10. And the two oldest of us, we would when we were bored, we had these big laundry baskets, and what you do is you entice one of them so you could grab them, and then you hog tie them and you stick them underneath the basket. So the basket's upside down and you stick them. It's like a cage. It's a rodeo.
You hog tie them.
And
or you grab them, or you stick them under another.
With what? What do you hog tie them with?
Not necessarily tie. You just grab them,
extension cord or something.
And then so like if this was the basket, you sit on it, and they're in there like a wild animal, like a gremlin. And then so you get one brother. This is the day of the metal hangers. Now today's generation is a little bit softer. Sorry guys. And so you get the metal hanger. Okay, so brother comes down. If we're smart, we have the metal hanger, and you undo the metal hangers, and then you get rodeo, and you take a couple of the hangers and you start sticking them through the holes, and then when brother times you on the stopwatch,
damn.
like 8 seconds, you see if you can keep them. Yeah, it's called rodeo.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That is like some old school 80s
Dude,
bullying
I would get
stuff, dude.
I would get beat. But you can't tell mom or dad. Will do
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
It's called rodeo.
Oh yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you have older siblings?
do you have
I'm
siblings?
the oldest.
You're the oldest?
Okay,
I'm
so
the
you
oldest, yeah.
How many siblings you have?
Younger sister and younger brother.
A sister in between?
Brother is in between.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, brother, the baby sister.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are very protective, I bet. If I had a baby sister, jeez, dude.
I think she can handle her own.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah, she's very strong-minded.
Yeah. Two older brothers.
Yeah, right.
You gotta be.
Oh, yeah. What
gotta
about
be,
you,
right?
siblings?
So I'm the youngest, but I got to see some of that stuff that you're talking about, right? Because my brother's 14 years older than me, right? And so he has, they would come over with all their friends and stuff, right? And they would do that kind of stuff that you're saying, right? They'd like, not to like call them out or whatever, but they do the hog tie thing, right? And that's why I was like, oh, the extension cord thing is like the
I didn't do the extension cord.
You didn't do the extension cord thing? It was like the most readily available,
Item.
rope-like item that's like readily available in every house, right? It's the extension cord. Grab the extension cord. We're gonna tie him out. We're gonna hog tie him. See how long it takes him to get out, right? Stuff like that all the time. And because they were all like high school teenagers when I was, a kid or whatever, maybe I was like 5 or 6 or something. I got to see all that stuff, and it was a different level of bullying, I think, back in that day, in that time.
And then just because I have a brother who's 10, and I'm sure you have your friends over, and then your friends are pulled into it ever. It's almost like, in my mind, like no disrespect, it's almost like when there's such a discrepancy between the ages, it's almost like a little brother's a pet more than like a brother. It's like a toy.
Yeah. For sure. Like, what can we do? What kind of experiments can we run on this?
When the
creature,
your youngest brother has friends over, it's like, now we have like,
4.
Real life dolls. So let's see what we can do with
Let's
them.
put them together and fight them.
Yeah.
Actually,
would they make you fight each other?
One of my friends came over and they made us. Or they didn't make us, but
Fight Club.
They somehow encouraged us to do like a UFC reenactment. Okay, UFC.
How old were you?
I was probably like 7 or 8 or something, and we're wrestling on the grass right outside in the backyard, and so I had a little bit of wrestling experience, so like I could get little chokes and stuff, right? I could take a guy down and like choke him out, and I'd won at like maybe a couple of these little rounds with my friends, and then one of the friends, I took him down. He gets on top of me somehow. And he just freaking decks me in the face right in the nose.
7 years old?
Yeah.
Started going at it.
So it was like a UFC thing, right? There were like punches, like everything, right? And he punched me in the face, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like I didn't know we were going that full UFC. And they were like, "Whoa, okay, just slaps now, just slaps." And we kept going, we kept doing it. Oh my gosh!
Did you win?
Yeah.
Was there did it go to judges?
I think we kind of like started stopping after that point. Yeah.
He blacked out after that. Emotionally blacked out. Like, I don't remember that.
That
whole year.
I woke up in I woke up in the hospital 6 days later.
So my brothers, there were 4 of us, were half Filipino, and we were basically best friends / brothers with another set of 4 brothers, almost the same ages, who were full Filipino. And I'm older than you guys, but there used to be, again, this is when parents worked and all that, but on weekends, I believe there's this in California, they used to have a thing called, I think it's Kung Fu Theater, where they would show old school like Kung Fu movies, and I love them even to this day. Like just you sit there, and we all 8 of us would watch together, and we just like try to practice the moves, and you know people talk crap and like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Well, you know, like fighting monkey versus like crouching tiger, or like you know, like chimpanzee or
Dawson, versus Ryu.
So we were okay. This is gonna be a story. This is one of my favorite stories I tell people that I'm, you know, that new friendships, just to test. So we had this big backyard. So we wanted to create our own Shaolin Temple training facility.
Wow.
8 of us.
Innovators.
So we're like in the backyard. I think we put some of our old gis on, but shirtless. Imagine 8 boys, ages like 5 through 15, and everything in between, 8 of us in the backyard. And we started making our own weapons. So one had like a big old
weapons.
staff. Yeah, staff.
Oh shoot!
So
This is like real.
And then one had the nunchucks, and one had, you know, the 3 one where you it's like nunchucks, but it's connected in the middle. Ninja stars.
What? Wait,
Swords.
wait. Ninja stars. How were the ninja stars?
This is gonna be. We made weapons. All of us had our own specialty because we wanted to master our own martial art. You couldn't duplicate it. And we kind of thought about that too.
So
who got which weapon and stuff, right?
So we had to decide. We're practicing all day. We're sweating and we're fighting. And so my stepdad, who was a Marine, he comes home from like lunch or something because we're near the Marine base, and he comes in the backyard. You can imagine 8 boys sweating with weapons, and he's like, "What the?" And we're like, "We're practicing martial arts. You know, we're gonna be martial artists." And he's like, and then it clicks. He's like you, where'd you get the weapons? We made them. He goes, and we're all proud, you know, because we're just boys. And he's like, "Where did you get the materials?" And we went, "Oh." We're like, we kind of went in the garage. So he takes us into the garage. The shovels.
Oh my God.
All the brooms cut.
Oh, heck.
You know the bike chains, the links? We cut those open because you take the nail and you hit it at the end of the stick and you bend it to do the nunchucks.
So you basically destroyed a bunch of
And
things
he's like,
in the
how'd
garage.
you make these like things?
make your
Where'd you
weapons.
get the... We made ninja stars out of tops of cans. He pulled us into the kitchen, and there are like 20 cans of opened
Oh, how
cans
funny.
of food. All his shovels, all his broomsticks, like all his stuff was
That's
just
proud
chopped.
dad moment.
Imagine going to your garage right now, and all your stuff's just like beat up.
Cut up, beat
Cut up.
Yeah, destroyed.
And man, he told my friends to go home. He called the dad. I think the dad beat them because his days of the belt. And he gave us basically his martial art
was the belt.
was the tornado belt.
But,
That was his nunchuck.
but you know what? Nowadays, I would actually appreciate it because kids don't want to do that. They don't have that creativity. So it's all about, you know, timing. Right now, oh my God, that would be a dream. Like go mess up my tools. Do something.
Yeah.
Well, like even driving over here, did anyone see any kids playing out on the street?
Nope.
Then
The
we
parks
lived in
are empty,
days-
too.
Yeah, park like why you? Well, the parks are with people who are running and they're with their dogs.
Well, there's like a cool little skate park, like right down the street. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. It's
I
totally
know.
empty.
I know.
And then back in our day, you have to like find like some place you're not supposed to go.
Yep.
And then the police tell you to leave, and then you wait till they leave and you go back.
Yeah. No, it was different. It was way different back then. We had the Ninja Star thing too. My dad was in like light gauge steel construction, so we had like a lot of leftover little like construction parts, and we had the shears, like the metal snippers, right? And so, dude, we would go crazy on the Ninja Stars. We had legit like
You should have been my friend.
kind of like light gauge steel Ninja Stars. And dude, if you hit somebody with this thing, like you might. You might hurt them like seriously, right? If you hit them with one.
But when you're a kid,
we'd
you
throw
don't
them and
think of
they'd lodge in the wood and the walls and stuff.
Did you ever like
they
throw
were
them at each
super
other
sharp
just
and stuff.
as a joke, just to see close?
I don't know if we ever
come
got
on.
because they were so dangerous. They were so dangerous that I think as soon as somebody saw us even playing with them, they're like, whoa,
No,
you
no,
guys
no.
gotta stop.
Give
This
me-
is way too
give me
dangerous. You're gonna shoot someone's eye out.
So we used to on that because you reminded me of a story. shooting each other. We used to shoot each other. So, and we'd break so many laws, I think. So first off, we'd go, with one of my friends, we'd go to Tijuana, right?
Oh yeah.
And we'd smuggle bottle rockets back.
Nice.
Over, right? Smuggle, right? And
It wasn't smuggling back then, right?
yeah, yeah.
How old would you be?
We were 10.
Oh
10 years
God.
Okay. So then there was construction. Well, I mean, we were using them just like, poo, and they're the cheapy ones. I mean, they don't like, it's just normal. So they started paving our street, and there was construction cones, those long ones, thin ones.
Yeah.
And we had a 2-man team, right? And we'd go across like a block away, and start shooting at each other. Like I'd hold it, and then somebody would light, somebody would light
in
it
the back. Yeah.
And
Like
so,
a rocket launcher.
yeah.
And you could point it really effectively, right?
And
with
then
the cone.
I would see that it would hit the ground. Oh, I got
you adjust.
I adjust.
So there's math in it. It's science.
Yeah, so it was educational.
Yeah,
you could say.
Yeah.
But we never hit each other. I mean, the closest was, about
Pretty close.
I don't know, 3 yards away, like eye level. Like, oh,
Perfect danger.
Yeah, but a
eye
block
level.
away. Yeah. And maybe there are angels. I don't know if there is. That's another topic. Because some of the things you do as a kid, how many times it could have went really bad and doesn't.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
So many.
So many. Like,
We used to so when I was a kid, like BB guns, like
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
air were like really, really popular, and everybody had them. I don't know what the deal was. Everybody had them.
It was a different time,
It was a
dude.
different time, I guess. And so me and my buddies would all get our freaking air rifles, right? And it was a pump action, right?
Yes.
So you can pump it one time or pump it 20 times, and it would keep pumping after.
You can pump it as many times as you want.
And we would have little like war simulation. We'd be like, okay, maximum 2 pumps.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was
And-
just gonna tell
and
you,
you can't
2
go over
pumps.
2 pumps. If you go over 2 pumps, you're kicked out or whatever. Of course, people would sneak in an extra pump to get more,
Velocity.
accuracy, right?
Yeah.
Like you
And
can't
pain
shoot
factor.
somebody, right? And pain factor until I think somebody we gradually upgraded to like 4 pumps. And somebody got shot in the leg, and it like stuck in his leg, right? Like we wore like thick jeans, and like, oh, bring your denim or whatever. Like wear 2 pairs of jeans, and then we'll play like that, and goggles and stuff. We were smart enough to wear goggles, luckily, sunglasses, right, from the thrift store or whatever.
Damn.
We'd play like full BB gun war in the backyard and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the thinking though is like, imagine today's world, like you're giving young kids BB guns. You know that's not gonna. And then you buy the target, and then you show them how to take care of it and the safety, and you have them shit at it, and like, don't use this for anything, and then like, okay, go have fun.
I didn't even get the safety course.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't either.
It was like, oh, there's a BB gun like behind this closet. Like, oh, I'm taking this.
Oh,
yeah.
you found
yeah.
it.
Yeah. It was like my brother's or something, right? It was
awesome.
like,
My mom bought me a BB gun.
yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those where I still remember it. It was just a lever action.
Oh yeah, it makes it more
break
fun.
barrel. Or to have the pump on the bottom.
No, it wasn't a pump.
Okay.
It was no air. So you just kind of, I think it was just a spring action. So it wasn't that strong.
Yeah. Was it, what did the barrel?
No,
break in half
it was
and
a
bring
little
it back?
pistol.
Okay. Yeah.
Or
yeah.
long little pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that strong. We used to shoot cans.
Cans and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, what did you say today? Our comparison in our age, being big kids instead of BB guns, is we have jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu?
That we're practicing just like, the BB gun. You grab acid with it, or like it's with our brothers that wrestle or friends in bars or Disneyland or my house and grab assing. It's like this weird nature that people have. It's just like, it inspires you to do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You have this BB gun or jiu-jitsu or ninja stars or fireworks or little brothers.
Oh, fireworks are crazy. Fireworks are crazy. Little 40 millimeter motors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mortars.
Dude, we used to tape those together.
What?
Yeah, you do Well, what's
Like
better
4
than
or 5 of them?
what's better than one? Tape like 4 or 5 together. You put them something. Boom.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Got to go big, dude.
go big or go home.
Yeah. We used to
Right.
play a lot with the road flares. We'd do like
I never did
lightsaber
those.
battles.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
He's all underwater.
Yeah. And like all of our sweaters would have tons of little holes in them because you get one little,
Yeah.
flare,
Yeah.
little like.
But this is a time when some of the clothes were flammable too. Correct?
Oh,
I mean,
whoa. Aren't clothes flammable? Like,
But some of
equally
them
as
go
flammable.
up like.
I wasn't wearing wicker freaking.
I know.
Not from the Middle Ages, dude.
He's wearing a grass skirt, hula skirt,
Yeah.
and coconut shells,
It
and a
wasn't-
straw hat.
I wasn't a Wiccan from the freaking Salem witch trials, bro. I had a normal shirt on. It was the 80s and 90s.
Whale blubber all over him to shine his muscles.
Yeah. They didn't lacquer my freaking straw shirt with linseed oil. It wasn't that flammable. It was just a normal shirt, cotton shirt.
Maybe it's the dad. I mean, like, it's automatic. Like, oh man, the clothes are flammable.
Back in my day,
Yeah, back in my day, we used to make our own shirts out of
back in
straw.
my day, my shirt was flammable. Couldn't get near the fire. You go up in flames.
Hey, when we do our merch, that could be one of our sayings. Back in my day, this shirt would be flammable.
Thatch. My thatch shirt.
Thatch. Wait. Hold on. We're talking about fitness. What? How in the world did we get into flammable shirts
I'm charting it.
from
It's just like,
We need a flow diagram.
flow diagram?
let me, yeah.
So
just-
fitness. I mentioned something about fitness.
You were asking if fitness is
Oh, right.
crucial to-
So I guess let's just go with a purple belt, right? How important is it? Are you able to rely more on your technique than your physical, or?
for
I
me,
think Joe has to, right?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
You have to a little
We're
bit.
gonna do the AARP bull crap.
oh,
again.
here we go. 62, right? You
Yeah.
turned 62.
Jeez,
Yes.
my
Oh, that's right. His
family
birthday.
and my
Happy birthday.
friends
Yeah, happy birthday.
still teasing me about that.
Happy birthday.
Actually, I got something in the mail again for the AARP.
Yeah.
Just like, that's a. And my daughter's like, you look so angry. People would think you're going to be mean. I'm like, that makes me angry. That's me. Moving
It's
on.
okay to show your emotions.
Why does it make you angry?
I
Being
don't
old is
know,
okay.
it's just-
62 is a good age. I mean, you still got a good
As a purple belt, okay. at my
25
age,
years to go,
Got a
right?
couple years left
Yeah,
of BJJ.
It would be cool. I see some people, seriously, like, there's the BJJ grandma. Have you seen that
Yeah,
one?
yeah. She's
She
legit,
just got a blue
dude.
belt.
She's legit.
Are you familiar with that? It's this grandma who started BJJ some time ago, not too long, and just inspirational stories about her just going in as a grandma and just doing BJJ and her love for it. And then she just got her blue belt the other day, and I'm like, it's easy to do it when you have all these things going for you. You know, it's like, even with training, like I feel good. I'm 100%. I'm at the weight I want to be.
Is her cardio? Is she relying more on her cardio or technique? She better have some cardio.
Well, like she seems to be really
She's-
good shape.
She's pretty elderly. I think she's in her 60s or 70s.
Yeah,
right?
she's
Or
old,
like-
but for her age, at least what I've seen, she moves pretty good.
yeah. Low muscle mass. She's probably really flexible.
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But for me,
I will paper
Cut
cut
the
choke.
crap
I
out of
will
it.
Dude,
freaking no.
that's I will. We'll say a lot of stuff, but don't say that stuff, dude. I will not.
We
let
need to
you
find. We need
disrespect
to.
BJJ grandma, dude.
I
to
will
look her up.
fucking-
We need to look her up and find a challenge. Official
Dude,
challenge.
fight to win.
I go chest to chest, all my weight. She's probably like 120.
Dude, we'll fly you out to Las Vegas. That could be one of the when they do. No, on flu grappling, that could be one of the things. No, like celebrity stuff, we can have you when this blows up. Luis, the blah 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 blah. We need
The
a name for
challenge. We need to
ch-
document
the
this challenge.
And then you versus
What's her
BJJ
name?
grandma.
BJJ Grandma.
That would,
Grandma
dude.
challenge.
You see, so many people get.
I will win. I will win.
I don't know, dude. She might be purple belt by that time. By the time we make this this fight happen.
Wait, she's 68.
She's older,
We need
dude.
to
and then-
Google it. We
okay,
need to
I'll
that
look.
up.
I'll look that.
If
up
she's
as
at
you're
least 70, I got her.
What's your weight?
There's a lot of older like personalities.
225.
Okay, she's 70. Let's see.
70-year-old grandma.
She's about 73.
Oh yeah, I got her.
Yeah.
No holds barred.
How old are you again?
Like I will get it.
She's 109 pounds. She's 5 foot. Okay, let me see here.
You're gonna have to cut weight for this fight.
5
You're gonna have to cut weight,
5
Luis.
foot.
5 foot.
109 pounds.
109 pounds.
Getting that
73 years old.
73, and she is what belt level? Let's see if she has any stripes.
225, 38 years old, blue belt. Let's go. I got her.
Dude,
She turned a purple belt.
she's purple belt, dude. Better watch your back. Dude.
Okay.
Look at all those medals.
She's coming
You know
for
what?
you. Look, now
Time
you're
out,
scared.
time
Now you're
out.
scared.
Yeah.
Luis is
Let's
scared.
Let's hold off.
Jiu-jitsu grandma. She
Jiu-jitsu
is
grandma.
74. She's purple. So
Oh,
we're
she's gonna
her-
have all the medals. I mean,
How tall are you?
yeah. I'm 5'5"
5'5"? Okay.
ish.
What's your weight?
Depending what
225.
shoes I'm wearing.
Are you
Depending on what
serious?
shoes.
225.
No.
Stacked.
No, what's your weight? Seriously.
Hold on. Where is it?
Stacked.
225.
125? What did you say?
225.
Oh, you're like he's like 175. Yeah.
I'm on.
And then you should be purple, but you're a sandbag blue.
Is that what we call it now?
Okay, so if this goes to Vegas, the odds.
Pretty even.
Pretty
the odds
even
are gonna be
odds.
now.
So
How old are you?
Now that you break it
how
down.
tall is BJJ grandma?
5
5
foot.
foot.
She's 5 foot.
Yeah, so she's right here.
So
She's
you
gonna have the
109.
speed,
So
110.
you got the height, you got the weight,
the age experience. She's
and
74.
she's got more technique than you.
Yeah, more
She's
technique.
purple.
How old are you?
Yeah. 46.
And she has 27 more years on this planet than you.
Yeah.
That's
So,
even
yeah.
odds.
Yeah, I think that's even.
Fight to win.
Wow. We're gonna set this up. We're setting it up.
Actually, let's think about this a little bit. I don't know how comfortable I feel with it now.
I reached out to her already.
Could you imagine though him paper cutting? God.
She'll probably tap. Well, she's just like super hardcore. Doesn't tap to anything.
I bet you put
gotta
your.
rip
I
her
bet
head
you
off.
raise your arms in that so hard in the air too when she taps, dude. You're one of those guys. I bet you
I
would
would not.
jump the fence. You're one of those guys that do the backflip.
No, not with those odds. Like I know she's 73, but she's a purple belt, and yeah, that's.
That's awesome. It'd be nice to know her why for it.
What's her game? I wonder what her game is. Is she like
We'll have to do research on that.
like maybe triangles? Probably working off her back a lot. Or,
Paper cutter.
right? Paper cut. You guys are gonna paper cut each other.
That would be interesting. Like, what would be your game at that
Right.
age?
What's your
Five-
game? Because it can't be explosive. You know, it can't be an explosive smashy type game, right? It probably from her back. She probably does.
Well, just the size
Triangles
and
and
the
arm bars.
weight. But then with purple, and I forget
It's
which
all leg
gym-
lock.
What
Wrist
lineage
lock.
she is.
Oh, wrist lock.
Wrist
It's your
lock.
game, dude. It's your game.
Dude, wrist lock,
I know.
You
I'm
guys
scared
have that
of
in
you.
common.
wrist lock, warlock.
I quickly learned though from like you. You got me in a couple. I'm like,
Where it
whoop.
comes,
I
where
s-
it comes,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
see it now. I
Yeah.
see it like 4.
You're like, my wrist is getting compromised in this position, right?
Yeah, just well, I want it so that part of it is I love it, but then also so we're aware of it. But then just like when we had the leg lock seminar, just because again back to fluency. Like I'm white belt in some things. I'm a white belt in leg locks. Like it's just
Yeah.
like back to like
Whoa, yeah.
bathroom, like Spanish, cerveza, chicas, cerveza, you know,
Cerveza.
baños,
Biblioteca.
yeah, biblioteca,
Little
you know,
library.
just yeah,
El queso está podrido y aguado.
exactly,
¿Dónde está el sanitario?
exactly. But then
What movie was that from? Oh man,
La Bamba,
no. No. Brendan Fraser.
Bedazzled. You're thinking of Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Oh damn, you watched Bedazzled?
Are you thinking of Bedazzled?
I would
Is it
never.
called Bedazzled?
Encino Man.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a fun movie. Kids
a-
loved it too.
He did a Mexican
He did.
impression in Bedazzled too.
You can't.
Oh.
You can't do that anymore in today's world,
What?
though. You can't.
He was a.
It's a different time. You can't have like people impersonating different. Can you?
I haven't seen a movie really.
Unless it's Family Guy.
Unless it's Family Guy. Yeah.
What?
True.
Or South Park. Holy cow! I was watching South Park the other night. I was watching the COVID special. Oh my goodness!
The chin diapers. The chin diaper.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. Hey, so Grandma, how do you think she overcomes any self-doubt? Because she has to have some self-doubt.
I think
She
I
she
don't
has
think
to.
you-
We
I
all
don't
do.
think you can go into BJJ at that age allowing self-doubt to affect you at all. You have to have zero.
So how do you overcome it? Because
How did you
everybody
overcome
has a little bit of self-doubt.
I think it's
They have that, that voice. Hey, maybe you're gonna
So,
get hurt.
Think about
You're
the
gonna get this.
expectation perspective too, right? Like she probably has, when she started, very low expectations of having any successful thing. She just stuck with it and, roll super safe, right?
Right, but she started competing, right? So
Yes.
yeah. So that's where. Oh,
Is that
should
footage? I want to see some. Can we try to find some
yeah.
footage?
So how do you? Yeah, like, oh my God, am I gonna get hurt? Am I gonna,
The injury thing is
the injury, because it's going to
know.
take longer to
Yeah.
recover. Should I? Why? And we all have that voice inside telling us,
Yeah.
hey, maybe you shouldn't. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And if you have a hip injury or something serious at that age, that's like a life-changing
Right.
injury,
I guess it goes a bigger question though. What is living? That you play it safe and like you could sit on a couch and play. No offense, you could play
And not live.
cards,
Yeah.
or do you go out and
And
you're
be a rock star, badass grandma.
with the energy that comes with BJJ?
Hold on. Can we time out? Can you stop using Yahoo search?
That's, yeah. What?
Why am I Yahoo searching? I'm
Oh
sorry.
my God. Yeah. We don't.
I'm on the wrong one.
We don't do Yahoo search.
Are you BJJ grandma over here searching with Yahoo?
serious?
going on?
Can
over
we
here.
link my MySpace to this video?
Can we tag my MySpace?
I didn't know. You know what? I'm going to disable my Yahoo
I use it for-
access from the router. Prohibited websites.
Typical
Prohibited
software
domains,
guy.
URLs,
Dude,
right?
you're so like elitist
Yahoo?
with that stuff.
You're a Yahoo.
I'm a software guy.
You're a Yahoo.
You're a software guy and uses Yahoo. You're not a software guy.
So back to, as I looked this up, to
Oh yeah, grandma. Self-doubt.
or self-doubt. It's like, again, what do you want to get out of it? And I think the original question, it's just for different people. And we said this in one of the lost episodes.
The lost episode.
You want to explain that real quickly?
2A,
Lost-
2B.
Episode.
This is 2C.
We had 2A. This is 2C. Episode 2C. Sí se puede. Sí, aquí estamos en vivo y directo.
Okay, so we can't show this, but she's right now as a blue belt. She's pretty aggressive, like with her stand-up.
Their grips. Look
With
at
her
those
grips, there's some good grip fighting here. It's only 28 seconds. She stand up.
Damn.
Her competitor looks bigger than her.
The other one, their competitor pulled guard.
Pulled guard.
She's doing the smash game, dude. Look at her.
And the
She's
one
left
that
your
she's
triangle
going
right now.
against,
Wait, which one
Whoa.
is BJJ grandma?
the smaller one,
The smaller one, right?
and
Okay.
pulled into a triangle. But just based on that little footage for our listenership, and it looks like she knows what she's
Yeah,
doing. She's
yeah.
pretty aggressive.
Okay, see, yeah,
You're screwed,
I'm good. I'm good. Peace.
dude. She looks like she's not messing around.
Maybe I can learn something from her.
Yeah.
So real quickly, your original question was about, I guess, what do you get from it, or what do you do to train for it? I think it's where I go back to like learning and teaching. It's where you're at and where you want to go, because you're at a different place in your journey. You're in a different place in your journey. I'm a different place. And then like for BJJ Grandma, what like purpose that we've talked about before, what is she trying to get out of it? Is it like I want to be a badass grandma, which she is, or is it just if you were to kind of pie chart it in terms of her making the decision at her age to do jiu-jitsu, and I know how some people in my life feel about me doing it, but I can only imagine if I was her and you
70.
say, hey, grandkids, grandma's going to join martial art. Oh, cool, Tai Chi, which is nothing wrong with that.
Not just that she does jujitsu and maybe did it before, but she's starting. She started in her 60s, in her late 60s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. So she's been doing it for what, 10 years?
I'm not sure when she started. I could look it up, but she
29
started.
looks like she started in 2019
Yeah,
or 2018 or something. Yeah.
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 And so, what would be interesting out of all the things you could choose to do in that aspect of your life and the generation that she's from too, and a gender, let's say, stereotype for BJJ, like all these things going against her choosing it, why would she choose that? That would be a real good story.
Do hard stuff. Do hard things, right?
Yeah.
That's gotta be it. Keep yourself young. Challenge yourself, right?
Oh, I bet you her spirit is going to
Oh, you're right. She's alive.
You know?
So what's the alternative, right?
Knitting. Right?
That's it right there.
Knitting,
What's the alternative? Why do you do
gardening.
jiu-jitsu? Why do you do these extreme sports? Well, because it makes me feel healthy. It makes me feel young. Otherwise, what's the alternative?
Knitting.
Sitting at home?
Watching TV.
There's a life and there's living.
Right?
Yeah, but even as okay, so let's remove grandma from this. Us, like if we didn't do jiu-jitsu, or what's the alternative?
Yeah, what would you be doing?
Like, all right, you love wrestling
Drinking or whatever.
exactly. Oh my God, I'm so glad you bring that up, because oh God, this is my ego. This is 5 years ago, and again, huge ego, right? And maybe 6 years ago, I stopped drinking because of my ego. Because I would roll, and you'd have people like mop the floor with me, and it was because I was tired, I was weak, I was
Hungover or whatever.
hungover. I was always like just kind of getting by, and yeah, I stopped. I go, you know what? I'm not gonna drink because I need to come back and paper cut
Everybody in this
cut
room.
everybody. So
Alcohol has a huge
Yeah,
impact too.
huge.
Impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
On your jiu-jitsu.
And real quickly,
Huge.
BJJ grandma started at 69 according to this article,
Damn.
and then she started competing only a year after training. I don't know if she had any type of. It'd be interesting if she had any type of sport in her history.
Maybe she has like some secret judo maybe she's a judo grandmaster or something where it's just not
Yeah.
called out here. Nah, it sounds like she has no grappling
No,
experience.
I'm going to look into this more and bring it back up, but it sounds like one of those great stories where why? And then another thing I'm going to ask you as I go to the restroom, it's just, and what are the things you do? Like I was asking Johnny, and Johnny could tell a story about what you saw outside. It's just the things we do outside, off the mat,
Yeah.
so we can perform high on the mat.
Yep, the influence it has, indirect
Be right back.
influence. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
truly amazing.
Honestly, before starting jiu-jitsu, I would probably drink maybe a couple beers a week. Maybe one day I'd have 3 or 4 beers of Friday night or Saturday night or something, right? But since I started, I've probably total since August maybe only had like maybe 10 or 15 beers the whole
Right.
time, because I know it's gonna screw me up for jiu-jitsu, and I don't want to grapple like crap, basically. Yeah.
Yep, I do that. Yeah, I used to be the kind that, or the type that, good 10 shots, why not? And
What about after training? Will you have a beer
I will.
after training?
I will.
Right?
Oh,
That's okay,
absolutely.
right?
One
Yeah,
beer.
yeah.
As long as it's not, I used to do the super light stuff, but
What, like a Michelob or something, like an ultra?
no, I would never do a
Never do
Michelob.
ultra?
No,
I like
no,
ultras. You don't
no,
like
no.
ultras?
I would do the Miller Light.
Okay, Miller Lite.
That's
Yeah,
that's a good alternative.
It's a compromise.
Yeah, but Dos Equis is really good, especially if it's hot and
Yeah.
post jiu-jitsu, post competition. I haven't competed in a while, but
It's not super heavy though, right?
it's not. You just you enjoy it, and you can have a couple, and you're not all messed up like the Voodoo Ranger. Oh my God, that's
Voodoo
like
Ranger?
9. It's like 9%.
Oh,
And if it's in the summer and it's hot,
and you're sweating.
yeah, and that beer is ice cold. It's in like one of those Yeti coolers, and you just pound it.
Yeah.
Two beers later, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done, and it's horrible.
That's rough.
We're talking about Voodoo Ranger beer
Post training.
Post training
Yeah.
versus
the
Dos
night
Equis
before or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I used to do some drinking too, but then you're thinking ahead in jiu-jitsu, at least it is such an addiction. Why is it an addiction?
Yeah.
That's right. It's the addiction.
It's a healthy addiction.
It's a healthy.
And it replaces some of the other things I think, at least for me, that you do in your life to either ignore things that are more important, not listen to that inner wolf, the stronger one. Because, like, I used to be really into video games, like hours and hours and hours. And then...
Yeah, I had a video game time in my life,
and
too.
it's just...
Guitar Hero, baby.
Oh, yeah. But you think of all those things, and I still like
That's
it.
an active game, right? Yeah.
But when I started thinking, okay, I did jiu-jitsu for a while on and off. COVID came. I needed something for me. I was way overweight. I was close to 210 pounds. I'm only about 5'7". I was going through some mental things because I lost some people in my life, and I needed something. And I needed a community. I shopped around at 4 or 5 different gyms, and then we could talk about that. Like, what do you look for in a gym sometime? But and then when I met Bruno, shout out to Soul Fighters again, and Bruno, I just knew it was the fit. It's like a relationship. It's a community. And obviously it worked out well because I've knew brotherhood with both of you. And what's neat with the people, at least in that gym, is like we've only known each other for less than a year, but I feel like I've known you guys for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like it clicks to a point where we're actually doing a podcast, which is really neat, and it just feels natural, and we feel comfortable with each other. Yeah. But what I get out of it is just as I was going to the bathroom, I'm still dedicated to the podcast, so I was doing my business, but I'm doing my business. It's just how do I test myself? Like for Jiu-Jitsu Grandma, she probably wants to see where she's at. Like, can I do this? Or do you just have a life, or are you living? And then for me, it's just, can I get back to a place where I can challenge myself and be a better version of myself in this arena of jiu-jitsu? And people do it differently. And then another thing is just like you stop drinking and you stop drinking, but also one of the things I think is funny is just how many times we send like a video to each other. We're always thinking of jiu-jitsu. It's like this addiction. I could be like working and I see a video from someone. On the way here, Johnny was talking to me and he's like, "What do you got in your pants?"
No, that's not.
What? Hold on. Where are we going with
Wait,
this?
no.
That's
You didn't
not how it
say.
started.
No, okay, go ahead. You tell the story.
Hey, baby.
What do you got? What do you got in them breeches?
What do
you
you
got
want?
in them breeches?
What do you want? And I'll make it happen.
It's like a more of an English thing. What you got in them breeches?
I got whatever you want in my britches. Cheerio.
Come have a gander. A look-see. No, sorry. A look-see in my breeches. No, so I pull up, right? I pull up, and he's like in his car, like parked all.
And he said,
I was
hey.
across the street because I didn't want to be in trouble.
He goes, "Hey, baby,
Hey.
your dad must be a baker because those buns are hot."
Steamy. Steamed buns. So I pull up, and he's like in his car, all weird, like.
Weird.
So like, I was expecting the car to be empty. What
Were you doing? Yeah.
So his windows are super tinted. Okay, that's one warning signal. Next signal, I pull up and he's like looking down. I thought, oh, maybe he's like texting somebody or whatever, right? And I'm like, hey, let's do this podcast. Let's
Did you
get
wash
ready to
your
do this
hands?
thing, right? And so he
Always wash my hands.
he
germaphobe.
comes out, he steps out of his car, and his pants are unbuttoned, right? Unbuttoned, right? And so you can see where my mind's going immediately, right? Tinted windows, looking at your phone, pants unbuttoned, right? Parked on the side of the street, all weird. And I'm like, what's going on here, right? And he's like, oh, dude. And did you bring it? He freaking did bring it. I don't want to touch it, but he pulls this thing out of his pants.
Wet.
It's
soaking. It's sopping.
It's
is
what you
this?
put in the kids' lunch boxes to keep their sandwiches warm for lunch.
So
Cold.
It's
Cold,
ice.
So what are you trying to?
It's an ice pack.
I have a groin pull and I had it down on the drive over here.
You picked quite possibly the worst device for an ice pack.
But
I
this
know
is
that's
me.
all purple too. It's
No,
all.
it plants right there perfectly.
Yeah, I know.
Because I don't
Hey,
like the
never
big back.
assume.
Never assume.
Never assume. That's a rule.
Never assume.
But the scary thing is, I was thinking if I get pulled over by a police officer, let's say like I do a California stop
pat you
or
down,
something,
yeah.
and I get out of the car, I'm like, whoa, and my pants is down. and they'll be like, "What do you have in your pants?" And I pull this out.
They might have some questions. They might have some follow
I'd
ups.
probably get tased.
Right.
It's a weapon.
What kind of tase? You like tasing? Huh? You're like, oh, please.
Hit me again, officer.
Yeah.
Ossifer.
Officer Handsome.
Okay,
Take
My
me
my,
in,
gro-
big
my
boy.
groin needs some electrostimulus
Electrostimulus.
for injury. It's an injury thing.
All of a sudden, my groin pull is like not a problem anymore. I'm just like, ah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
Cured.
That's what happens.
And on that note, we're going to have to end it on that note because we have just hit an hour.
Wow.
What the?
Yeah, it's
That was-
interesting.
That went way
fast.
too
it flies
fast.
by.
Do we want to recap and then last words?
Well, yeah, recap. Well, my last word is, you know what? Don't go too hard. White belts, don't go too hard. Chill out. Think about what you're doing. Don't gas out. That's my takeaway for today.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Don't get injured. Watch your groin. Right. If you're gonna get injured, do the right recovery. Right.
Real quick recap for my last words about your love for paper cutters.
Persistence.
About the crazy things we used to do when we were kids, whether it's the rodeo, the Shaolin Temple, UFC fighting, making weapons, BB guns.
Oh, yeah.
And then we transitioned into jiu-jitsu grandma and how she started.
That's right. Jiu-jitsu grandma.
Purpose, what she's trying to get going. And then those were the big three things. I guess the one thing is I would say just the theme I see in all these is just, what kind of draws your interest, what kind of adds that spice to life, whether it's a favorite move in BJJ. You like the paper cutter, you like your wrestling, I like my wrist lock. What do you like what do you do for to spice it up? Even as a kid, we have different things we kind of light up. And then even when we talk about inspirational things, like what our why is for BJJ, someone even as inspirational as BJJ grandma, just at 6'9", saying, "Hey,
that is
inspirational. If she can get in there, we can get in there, right?
Yeah.
What's
Right.
going on?
Yeah,
that
maybe
is.
we need to talk more about that and just do a little research. And just be good, have fun, make people better, have them make you better. Don't be too hard on yourself. Treat yourself as your best friend.
Stay away from energy vampires.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got to talk about energy vampires next time.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah, that's a
thing.
big one. All right. With that, peace out, Girl Scouts.
Peace.